Au final faut cliquer les mains dedans. Et oui, les games sont pas si stack que ça, c'est justement ce qu'on parlait. Mais le problème c'est qu'il y a la méta déjà qui veut. De 1, il y a la méta qui veut un peu ça, plus il y a plus de voitures aussi. Donc ça se fume beaucoup plus sur les rotas ou au spawn. Enfin, il y a plus de voitures, bah il vient d'en prendre. Et il y a plus que les voitures Rio. Alors qu'avant, tout le monde avait des voitures. Donc le scan aussi, alors spawn c'est cheaté pour voir s'il y a des mecs qui arrivent ou pas. C'est la game combien là actuellement? C'est la game 2. C'est écrit en haut à droite. Il venait de se faire réanimer le pauvre. Non je joue trop c'est pas souvent que je fais ça, je fais. Ouais, je deviens fou là. Vraiment j'ai envie que les Grême il les arrache au spawn. En fait c'est terrible les finales pour ça parce que quand t'as que un duo et que c'est contest au spawn et tout, si jamais ça meurt, là tu vois la game, enfin tu vois on soutient les Français qu'il y a dans la game et tout mais vraiment là je m'en fous Camille frère. Ça me fout le démon Si tu mets les sur des voitures de carcasse, sur des carcasses de voitures ça marche. Oui mais t'en as 3 des voitures. Oh non jure la zone. Oh la vie de ma mère, la zone elle est à Greasy Groove en plus. Je viens fou frère. Mais non on avait la zone sur nous. C'était une free game. Est-ce qu'on a le droit d'avoir le seum là le chat? Par contre sur elle du coup on finit top 3 là du tournoi. Ça va c'est bien hein. On est bon. On a fumé plein d'équipes ça j'aime bien. Et Hardskill et Chips qui ont l'air bien dans leur game aussi hein. Que ce soit niveau stuff, que ce soit niveau n'importe quoi. Hardskill il a pas de pad. Je sais pas si Chips il en a un. En tout cas, c'est alors qu'il n'y a pas de seul ici, il y a Egrem au final. Merci toi Flagzy pour ton prime. Pour toi c'est de 2 mois. Merci toi mon frérot du soutien. C'est qui Hardskill Ready? C'est Hardskill de base son pseudo, c'est un français. Avec Chips. Demain il y a des cours, bah force à toi. Non c'était vraiment notre game de fou hein. Oh wesh ils se sont fait arracher leur voiture Hardskill et Chips là, c'est du jamais vu. On attend ce jeu, ils rotent en voiture tranquillement, ils ont pas de soucis. J'aime bien rester sur Hardskill là le cast. C'est énorme 56 points de game. Bah non c'est en une game qu'ils les ont fait. Ils ont fait que 6 points sur cette game. Mais dis-toi qu'en finale c'est pas le même système de points. C'est 3 points le kill. Et au lieu d'avoir 25 points de top, il y en a 32 points de top. J'espère qu'ils vont pop-off même si j'en suis sûr. Ils vont pop-off. On y croit. Pourquoi on n'y croirait pas? Il reste encore 4 games. Il n'y a même pas la moitié qui a été jouée. Merci à toi de Nolien TV pour toi c'est de 19 mois, merci mon frérot. Pourquoi on croirait pas au pop-off? Oh, wesh Noirelli il a pris un laser le cousin. Ah par contre il a un stuff frérot, il est aberrant. Va deal aussi, wesh mais en une game tu peux remonter direct. Bah ouais en fait, vu que c'est vu que les points de kill c'est 3 points, juste tu fais 10 kills, t'as déjà 30 points. Enfin ça monte trop vite tu vois, tu peux vraiment pop-off super vite. Surtout Egrem et Vox, on sait que s'ils vont en late, ils jouent très bien ensemble, qu'ils peuvent prendre des kills facilement, des bons refresh. On remonte facilement. C'est quoi pop-off? C'est genre remonter dans le tournoi, enfin. Je sais pas comment expliquer bien. Genre là c'est que d'un coup on remonte dans le tournoi, tu vois, c'est genre en mode on est dernier du classement, on fait une game et on passe top 10. Par exemple. En mode c'est une remontada quoi. En qu'il y a un troisième week de qualif? Oui. Il y a un troisième week de qualif et ça commence vendredi prochain. Déjà dites-vous le chat, demain soir il y a la cash cup duo à 19 h. Donc demain soir on a cash cup duo à 19 h. Si on a des qualifiés pour la cash cup duo, il y aura la finale mercredi à 19 h. Et la suite des FNCS c'est vendredi prochain à 19 h. En vrai, pour toi c'est qui win cette finale? Je sais pas qui peut win mais dans le top 5. Dans le top 5 en vrai, vu les perfs de Hardskill et Chips en ce moment, je me dis c'est faisable pour eux. Et Podasai et Sneezy aussi qui avaient bien joué la semaine dernière, mais là ils ont fait un retour lobby, après il y a eu que 2 games donc ça va. En vrai, Nkwezi, je verrais pas pourquoi il se qualifierait pas aussi dans le top 5. Tripern, Thomas AG aussi c'est des valeurs sûres. Là on a déjà un top 4 tu vois. Là on a un top 3. Bah si je dis Podasai et Sneezy. En vrai des caisses Bat Sniper aussi, je les sens bien, ils sont bons hein. Et en Dilex aussi, ouais mais vu les perfs récentes, moins tu vois. Genre je penserais plus à du Chips Chips Bat Sniper, Chips Hardskill, Bat Sniper DKS. Après on a Camille aussi hein. Après là il y a eu qu'une game donc on peut pas vraiment trop juger. Même si Egrem fait pas mon truc c'est pas grave, c'est bien pour la review. Oui oui dans tous les cas. Mais ça serait bien de faire un meilleur top parce que ça gagne vraiment. On gratte vraiment beaucoup de régus. Suivant les tops qu'on fait en finale. Donc bon faudra faire le meilleur top possible dans tous les cas. Mais en Dilex qui va au win là-dessus là. What? Ça a l'air de tellement laguer les games. Oh. C'est un truc de fou. Comment ça lag trop? Bat Sniper mort? Non. Dis-moi pas que c'est pas vrai. Hein. Moi je suis pour Floki et Clem, le reste m'en fout. Ah ouais? Et même pas les autres Solari hein. Pourquoi pas les autres? Oh, moi je la sens la tape là. Bon ça va, tape que pour 5 personnes. Hein. Après moi tape fort quand même hein. Aïe aïe aïe. Ça c'est terrible hein. Quand t'es en train de te prendre la storm, que tu veux Ch1rl un mec et qui te met des dégâts. Si les autres aussi, bah voilà, dis pas alors que c'est que Floki et Clément. Hein. Tout le monde. On va dire que ton duo préféré c'est Floki Clément. Mais tu soutiens tous les Solari, voilà, moi c'est ça que je veux entendre. C'est normal, t'es obligé d'avoir un duo préféré. Ils sont vraiment pauvres pour vraiment aller loin dans SNCS, c'est pour ça. J'ai rien compris, tout ça ne veut rien dire. Bon là par contre les rotas. Oh non, il y a Chips qui vient de tomber, on vient de voir, il vient de tomber face à Sanji en plus. Et après il y a DKS qui est encore vivant. Pourquoi il grippe 0 points? C'est la guerre au spawn. C'est compliqué le spawn. J'ai commandé hier le maillot Justin Bridou à de le savoir, jure. C'est le maillot Rocket League quoi. Les Bordeaux il est stylé en plus hein, vraiment. Je crois qu'il reste plus beaucoup d'exemplaires. Parce qu'il me semble qu'il y en a 200 en tout. Un truc comme ça. Ouais, Sanji, vous connaissez, bah c'est DFR. Là faut les délais au spawn. Bah... En fait je sais pas comment on va décider de jouer là, on verra sur la prochaine game en fait. Est-ce qu'on va aller des 50-50? Oh pauvre il a pris une dinguerie là. Est-ce qu'on va aller full 50-50? Est-ce qu'on va rejouer pareil mais essayer de mieux les jouer en fight pure 2v2? Ou est-ce qu'on se dit on loot nos deux battes et on se casse en courant tu vois? Je sais pas ce qu'on peut faire. Ah, c'est toujours compliqué de se trouver une stratégie sur des 2v2 comme ça. Camille qui se fait arracher par la storm là par contre, hein. Attention hein. On va se claquer une petite splash. Bon allez on casse un peu le chat là. On est plus en mode viewing. Thomas par contre qui est beaucoup trop bien dans la game hein. Ah quoique on se prend la... Oh on vient de prendre une grenade de pompe, attention. Attention on va avoir le temps de solide pour Thomas. Ça va être compliqué, on est dans des builds, ils sont même pas à nous. Oh y'a un petit stuff là, est-ce qu'on peut ramasser des trucs? Non y'a rien. Y'a pas de chose de stuff qui nous intéresse. Va falloir vite qu'on se heal hein, parce qu'on a pas de heal blanc. Ouais on a pas de heal blanc. Après on a un pont pour tripper, peut-être qu'on peut all in une box en bois ou récupérer du stuff. C'est qui est à la hauteur là? J'ai pas vu. Darkziz. Les deux de Malibuka incroyable, ils sont déjà qualifiés eux. Attention on va mettre un petit laser là-dessus. On a mis une balle. N, déjà 80 points pour N hein. Qui sont actuellement premiers du tournoi. Camille 6ème du tournoi actuellement. Ouais, oh là là, il y a deux mecs qui lui ont couru dessus. Attends, il va aller 1v2 le mec qui... Non, il a pas réussi à aller 1v2. Ok, on est sur un AQI 84 points, ils viennent de passer premier. On récupère encore un kill. 3 points le kill, c'est énorme hein. Ils sont cadrés. Oh Andretta il avait un HP là. Je crois qu'on a eu le kill de la zone, non même pas. Faut bien arriver à jouer à 2 là maintenant. Attention, attention mes petits. On va essayer de claquer une grosse pour Easy. Je sais pas si on va avoir le temps. En vrai on a le temps, on est encore 16 dans la game. C'est stack. Oh on se fait all-in à fond par derrière, ça nous arrive take. Et justement c'est tripper. Oh ils se sont fait all-in à peine. Oh là là c'est terrible. Wesh la dinguerie c'est en train de s'arracher. Ça fait que de Soline. En Dilex qui fait une game de fou hein, avec X-Wiz. Ils sont déjà à 7 kills sur la game, 75 points. J'ai jamais vu. Hop, on va récupérer un kill pour Refla, 65 points. Le problème c'est qu'ils sont pas en zone, hein, ils sont en train de prendre énormément de dégâts. Attends mais en Dilex ils peuvent top 1 la game là. C'est trop bien, ils sont où? Ils sont au-dessus. Il récupère encore un kill en Dilex. Il fait une game de fou hein. Xus qui récupère un kill, il est solo lui en bas, faut arriver à le fumer hein. Si on le fume on est en 2v2. Et on peut jouer le tapin en plus, on a 120 de maths, ça va. C'est Juanicom, il a un HP en plus. C'est dommage, on n'arrive pas à l'attraper. Oh, il nous a mis une dinguerie. Ok, on arrive à récupérer le kill, ça va être dur de sortir de l'eau. Xus qui a un HP. Ah on tombe, ça va être compliqué là de top 1. 2v1 mais bon. Il a plus de heal. Après ils ont... C'est qui eux? Je les connais pas du tout eux. Ok. Après ils sont passés à 80 points quand même en Dilex hein. Ils ont bien pop off. J'ai pas suivi les calls de ce week-end. Tout le monde a été en demi-finale. Sauf Clément et Floki qui ont pas passé les open. Et là on a Egrem en finale ce soir. J'avoue qu'en Dilex c'est... Oui bah après j'ai jamais dit qu'ils pouvaient pas se qualifier tu vois. Et je donnais moi un peu mon top de cœur en ce moment. Là c'est le top 50 qui joue Atari. C'est des Italiens eux. Monsieur Satan et Darkies 90 FPS. Ça me dit rien. Après bon, ça va être connu un peu quand même. Donc c'est la première fois qu'il soit là un truc. Ouais c'est ça, mais attends, mais Snazy et Potasai c'est du full 50-50 au spawn là? Mais oui, excuse, il est toujours FA là. Non, que les moins flaqués, on va vraiment pas passer les open. C'est bon, ça arrive. Tranquille. C'est au combien de points là notre duo? Là, pour l'instant c'est pas les points qui importent. Là on est dans une guerre de territoire.
We're seeing a change in drop spot in day number 2 because that early game's not working. They're pushing, they're fighting other teams. So it's like this is a team who historically has had a lot of weird stuff going on in the early game, being it them dominating on spawn or them just not doing so well, changing up and then dominating from an uncon spot. There's always a kind of different story regarding where they're dropping.
So wild. We got to talk about, of course, Thomas HG and Tripper in there. They had a little bit of a run, and once again, they do make it in that top. But it just seems like they're still going, man, right? It's almost like they're fine. Like, they're not making any noise right now. No, they're always making noise. They're always finding eliminations.
They are, and as well. And one of the things is, like, they won off spawn this time, right? Obviously, a lot of people will have looked at the team change up from Thomas HD, getting rid of Tayson and now playing with Tripper instead. And a lot of people, you know, including myself, are thinking, man, that's a bold move. Well, Tayson's probably the best player in the region full up. Yeah. But right here, like, we're seeing Tripper put in the work. He, in that early game engagement, was the one who picked up both eliminations on Vino and AQUI. He was the one that wiped them off spawn, caused them to beef a little bit on Twitter. Here we go, we're seeing it, the high drop up, the fantastic catch, and he grabbed that shotgun. So he was able ahead to pick up both of these eliminations off spawn, like I said, onto Vino and AQUI, who are now beefing on Twitter, and the, you know, the mentality of that team seems gone. So Tripper definitely playing his part in this duel.
Wouldn't that just be two birds with one stone, right? Winning off spawn today, qualifying to the finals, and you make another Command Cavern team split? Oh my goodness, you've just done your job. But yeah, interesting you note that the Trippin has been playing these endgames really well, but it's sort of the Thomas HG show, which is kind of weird. Not really weird, because obviously Thomas HG is one of the best players in the game, but you do see sometimes a little bit of hesitation. You see Trippin sort of following behind, and you very clearly see Thomas HG leading this duo, which could maybe mess them up in some of these endgames.
And I think the perfect example of that is when we saw him on 21 HP and he was tarping in.
Yeah.
Just when Tripper had full HP and full cap mats. It's like, you know, trust in your duo, trust in your duo. But anyway, here is the leaderboard. Here's the standings after game number 2 so far. Hen and Queasy still up on top. Still in the first place after that massive victory royale they had in game number 1. Game number 2 was good. Completely different play style for them on the low ground. But equally, I was going to say equally as successful. Both successful, but one a little bit more than the other. And Blake's next squeeze also after that massive second game there, flying up 7 places into second with 89 points.
Yeah, and I want to focus on number 8 here, 16 places up, Mr. Satan and Darkis. And obviously these players, they have the wrong names as they always do for the horrible marketing. Mr. Satan is Zara. He's an Italian player who used to play trios with Darko as well. One of those players that is just very high ground centric. Love the high ground, love the 50-50. I think I even coached them at some point in their career. So, you know, definitely one of those players that are aggressive, and they're showing it. You know, they did a really good performance on Friday as well. I believe they got 9th. Yeah, there you go, Reese. Thank you. They got 9th place.
7th.
Yeah,
I heard the S at the start.
Yeah, the S
I had to cut you off just to make sure.
Yeah,
no, even, you know, you're talking about the names, right? They're obviously changing the names from Zara and Darker with their actual names, but they used to be called the High Ground Kings 1, 2, and 3 when it was back in trios, and they are showing it there why they are quote-unquote the High Ground Kings, taking height and picking up the game number 2 victory royale. We also see in 10th place Cammy and Say as well. We saw, man, that's kind of heartbreaking game for them actually, because Cammy at the back of the zone, obviously looking super good, fully stacked, and then Seti just disappears into the thin of nowhere because the team comes in the back of the tarp.
You can do everything right? And then just getting to that late game, just one small thing can just mess up your entire game. So hoping to see a little bit more consistency now.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Well, friends, that's it for right now. We're going back into the game. This is game number 3 from Qualifier 2. Shy Wager 11 to K. Over to you.
Thanks so much, Zeke, Boop, and Reese. I think right now, Levin, in specific, we watched the pop-offs kind of go down. They mentioned it. It's all about consistency from here on out.
Yeah, and we have a lot to watch out for off spawn, right? The big question everybody will be wondering as... Come on, Kevin. Who is the milker? Who is it? Is it Aqua? Is it Vino? We have to find out. I want to know. I have my suspicions, but I guess we'll just have to wait and find out.
We'll have to see. I feel like Tripper is agent number 0, though. This guy's just the one making all the moves behind the scenes. Just a menace to society.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think it's been a day that they would have expected. They would have been confident going into too easy, and when you have the team you're literally playing against each other, right, in their own Discord, and be so hectic for them, right? So honestly, I think they'll be. Can you do it again off spawn? 3 games in a row would be an absolute statement.
That's where you kind of have to make moves in games, but we'll stick with that rule of 3. It's game 3 happening right now.
Let's go. We have game 3 right here, right now. So game 3 always seems to be the one where things do change. Fire.
Yeah.
As we head into these games, and this time round, maybe we'll be seeing the statistic about do Vino and AQUI have better drops for
They're all here.
Truck. This seems
this
like
time,
it.
yeah, it's Thomas got out. Now he has one of the weapons. Vino full shields. He got the just benefit of that slurp too, and Tripper is down. That is the mad switch up.
Okay, so I don't think we'll be finding out who the milker is this game. But look, big up to Coach Boo. He was right when it comes to the slurp drop. AQUI and Vino are the top dog.
It's all about the busting, I guess, right? Add another element of how these games go. We have what, pads, the zone.
Yeah, man. But it is a big deal. Like, people do underrate the effect of the bus in terms of how games can go sometimes, right? Of course, sidetracking a bit. We saw it, in last qualifiers with Greasy, right?
Yeah.
The bus path was literally determining whether or not a team could third-party the fight as a whole. And when the right buses did roll through, it had a out. Over here, though, some more off-spawn action for you. I say action. Things have really started to slow down. Right here, look, the production crew saving me. Right back into the action now.
Snorksky or Norksy, apologies. They don't really have to apologize for much, though. They're winning this fight so fast. All them on the right side here. Sanctuary, things look good for them. Overall, they shall be moving out in just a bit. Meanwhile, Foxy, I'm not sure if he's... Where is he hiding? Is that a bush right under this? What? Invisibility potion? Is there a patch I didn't see? No, it is a bush. And Tobex can find him. He doesn't turn around. Doesn't see him at all.
This is unreal. This is unreal.
There's just no way. Stand so still that you basically are invisible. I've heard that line somewhere before, and Foxy's gonna just personify it completely. That bush will be farmed at some point. DKS has to see him, right?
DKS
Surely, right?
definitely
And first of all, why is DKS here? Why? What's that? What?
DKS, I'm guessing, just dipped. Just took her IO vehicle, dipped straight out of tilted, found himself all the way down here, and yeah, interested to say the least. he didn't reveal Moxie's positioning though, so you're just gonna sit here.
He sees him coming. DKS looks into his eyes. He turns around and just says, "Shh."
Don't
And then my man
say a
goes
word.
down. This is very different. Skyzo Jocks, they kind of flipped the map on its head. 2 games not going well off spawn near Sleepy. They're looking for a completely different fight, and they come out on top.
Yeah, and this is potentially the power of switching up your drop spot. They win out at Chonkers after things didn't quite work out towards Sleepy, and Rabid and Fanayan, who would have been chuffed to have this spot, seemingly unconned. Not looking too great for them. They go down. I don't know if Vortex's team's landing here or not. I believe they weren't anymore, so yeah, Sky2 and Jox. They might have just found their new POI for the rest of the day, but let's not speak too soon. No Riley and Vidil. We saw them sort of lurk towards Command Cavern in previous games. They never actually quite took the fight against Thomas and Trippin, but this time round, maybe they just saw the names. They saw AQUI and Benno were the ones that run it out, and they thought, oh, these guys, they've got a milker on their hands. We gotta sort them out swiftly.
For some people that aren't familiar with the term, because I'm not either, what does milker even mean in this context?
You just don't want to be the milker on your team. You just that's all you need to know. You don't want to be the one who is called the milker on your team. You don't, you know?
Respectfully.
Respectfully,
Yeah.
respectfully, of course.
All right, now the more time that Mino and Aqua buy, the worse it kind of gets for Noah Riley, but he can find Vidil. Here's that Ked pop down, so he's gonna walk in and go for that 10-second revive. Okay, very low-key with this one. They want to just go far away. Armored wall double time. That's just so smart too, near the vault, so they should have a lot of time to buy. This is just brilliant.
Yeah, the vault's not open, is it? Is the vault open?
I
Do they
don't
have
think
the
so.
vault?
I'm not sure.
They won't have the vault key. I don't
How are they
think.
gonna get out from here?
I guess they're just gonna have to break their armored wall or something like that. I don't really know. Like I get it, you know, protection and all, but
Is that roof open to anything?
no.
Surely.
Well, I guess their philosophy is, look, if we can't have the vault, nobody can. You know? I actually think I kind of like it. Don't let anyone
Oh
else
my
have the vault.
god.
Drum shotgun. That's what it can do. Saw how quickly Jerky just took him out. Julian Com didn't stand a chance. And this is what I was talking about, right? Idrop and Jerky, they love to come towards the shifty hill as quick as possible. They haven't been able to the past couple games because of some off-spawn troubles. But this time round, they make their way there, and there was a team waiting for them. Waze and Julian Com, but I don't know if they'll want to stand in their way in the next couple games. They got mowed down. And so 4 eliminations now for Idrop and Jerky already in this game.
Sometimes you forget when you don't see this team play one game on their frequency overall. It's tough to remember how powerful they really actually are inside these fights, how quickly Jerky can box up people as well. Boxing Agram going down as well. Finally, Boxer gets found. Sean also up in the business today, but not going to be swimming freely in this game.
They're freaking out with their armored. Oh, dear me.
You know what this reminds me of? Like chapter 1 way back when Weeping Woods had the rift.
Yeah.
And some people will get really nasty with their position. You know, you're down bad, but you have a lot of builds. You go down there, you build everything up. Even the agency had a little bit of that vibe sometimes.
Yeah.
Full bullied, and yeah, Flois here with Mappy breaking down his spawn. 2 pads in this one. This is a heist situation. This is like the last act of one of those movies. They need to get out of here with the money and hopefully live good lives.
Yeah, Floris at Mappy, definitely a team that when it comes to getting to endgame, put them in the right situations and they can definitely make something work. Floris and Mappy, definitely a team that has a lot of fans. Floris taking the IGL mantle for one of the first times in his career. I spoke to him about it and he said he was very nervous about being an IGL, but he was ready to take the challenge on and doing a decent job so far, but I'm sure he'll only feel he's done a really good job once they've qualified. And he's still got a ways to go before they can get there.
Luca and Felix are here too with another fight. Narxy and Eclipse, hot off the press from one of these early game fights before. They went straight towards the skies and looked really good while doing it too. It's gonna be a sleepy sound disengage. I'm wondering exactly where headed Queasy are, our first place leaders so far. But have a nice spawn, off drop. Looks like everyone moved fast and are looking for good spots to be.